kind of cute, isn't it? It's a pump, like the ones they use in commercial coffee machines and a few other places. So I asked people online, does the Pelican Bass Raider get water in it? And I got about a dozen responses on Facebook, and they all said, yes, mine's been filled up many times. I don't worry about it. I just use it. It still floats. Some people who said that also said that it weighs considerably more than it did even if you drain it, because the foam does get saturated with water. It's an open cell foam that's in here. So no one said that the pontoons do not get water in them. So I think I need to do something about it. I did have a sailing catamaran that was repurposed for fishing for quite a while. And even though the pontoons were fiberglass, there were really no openings that weren't sealed, and I sealed the heck out of it. And the drain plugs were very tight. It was very well made. Water got in it. I'd take it out of the water, and it would drain. It would drain like a few gallons of water. So I think I will do something about this, considering the fact that during part of February and most of March, it turned to spring here in Maine. And then last week, winter returned with snow and some pretty cold weather. So I think I'm a ways off from putting this in the water yet. Even though the ice went out a month early, the water is still, of course, freezing. It's still winter here. So I have time to putter on this some more. And the thing is that the water had better warm up pretty quick, and the weather had better warm up pretty quick, because, you know, I got to stop at some point here. But I'm having too much fun. So this is what I've got so far. I've got a piece of pipe that will house the motor, and I've got a cap that is cut to go across here, and so the hose can go down into the boat, and then the outlet hose can just stick out slightly through here. This motor fits in here, but it fits in loosely, so I think this little hot glue will take care of that. Okay, I'm going to put a rod down here to see if the foam is here, but it isn't. It looks pretty clear all the way down. And from what I can see from the pictures, this little dent right here, that's where the foam stops pretty much. So having the hole right there should be just about right. Oh, that's a nice snug fit. There it is, right there. And now to bolt this down to the T-track. For your information, you can buy these T-track bolts, which are pretty expensive, but if you just take a carriage bolt, put it on a grinder, and grind both sides down, it'll slip in because they're shallow enough. So, tube goes down here. It's sitting down in the bottom of the pontoon. That's the inlet. This is the exit tube. The water will just come out here. And this pumps about 2 quarts per minute. So, just get, I don't know how much water I'm going to get in here, if any, but I can check it once in a while, and it should get most of it out. And when I take it out of the water, I can lift the end up and tip it, put it on a little block, and put whatever excess water is back here. This might be an overkill thing, maybe something I don't need, but I have time to do it. These little pumps cost about $9 each. And they work pretty good. I've used them on projects in the past. So, and they're easily replaceable if need be. So hopefully this will take care of that. I'll need to clean this up. And the motor is just a press fit in there. It's kind of hanging by these tubes. It's very light. It doesn't matter. It'll take 2 clips on here. I may solder a couple of wires with my little connectors on here to come out. And then I'll get another cap, and I will cut the bottom off from it a little bit and slide it onto the end. And I do need to open it up because these are vent holes. If you plug those up, this thing will overheat if you leave it running too long. So I'll need to modify a cap with vent holes and to slide over the back of this. I'll need to take and seal the small tube that goes down into the boat. But it fits pretty snug. I had to really push it in. It's a press fit. It's neoprene. It's probably going to be sealed just as it is. I'll put a tiny bit of silicone around the edge of it. All of this stuff, I am not, it's a press fit. It's very tight. I'm not going to glue it on. I'm going to make it so I can pull the whole thing apart should I need to. So now to do the other one, and we'll say it's pretty much done except for the rear cap, which I do not have now. Okay, I need to put a little something here to keep this from falling off the edge of the seat. And I can turn the motor at least 45 degrees one way and the other way. I can actually go further, but practically that's as far as I want to go. I have this locking point here so that I can take this off. This comes right off, and I can flip this up for when I put the motor up. Because this, well, let me show you. This just flips up like that. And I need to get a much smaller locking pin. They make some very tiny ones because this looks a little bulky right here. So what we've got is we've got a plastic insert in this stainless steel eye bolt with a stainless nut on it. I'm going to cut this off. It's too long. And this allows it to pivot. And this thing is, I think it's something they use for hanging pipes or wires or something, but it wraps around the shaft of the trolling motor, and it fits really good and it locks tight. It will not move on there. There are 2 screws. So that works out really good. And I should be able to steer the motor without turning around. The last thing that I will do is I will clean this up, and I want to get a 1/2-inch cap to put on the end of that. That is okay. I do believe that is the end of it, minus 2 little things I've got to do. Gee, now I've got to take all this stuff off, the stuff that's removable, because I've got to get it out the doorway. But we still get snow on the ground, but we got a few warm days. It's melting, and I'm anxious to get out there as long as it's not too cold. And get the bimini on and get this thing in the water. I hope it floats. I have a lot of stuff on it, but I never really put that much weight on it. So, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you would, please. I gotta get it registered.